Day 10, we have reached the halfway mark. So far, we have learned swear and several Vyanjan with their sounds, words, and sentences. Today, we will continue learning new letters with correct pronunciation and simple examples to improve our Hindi learning even more. So stay focused, read aloud, and enjoy the learning journey. Let's begin Day 10. Let's do a quick revision of the first 5 rows of the Vyanjan. This time, instead of only saying them aloud, we will write them together. I will show each letter once with its strokes on the screen. Please take your notebook and pen and write along with me. Remember, focus on the correct stroke order and neat writing. Don't worry about the speed. Just write slowly and correctly. Ready? Let's begin writing them together. K. A small standing line followed by an open curve, close curve, shirorekha on top. K. K. A small close curve followed by a U curve, a standing line, an open curve within, shirorekha on top. And this letter is K. The next letter is G. A small J-shaped letter followed by a standing line, finally a shirorekha on top. G. Next one row is G. A small open curve followed by another open curve, a standing line, finally a shirorekha on top. G. Next one row is Ng. A small standing line, open curve, followed by a close curve, a dot, finally shirorekha on top. Next, Charo. Ch. A sweeping line, followed by a U curve, a standing line, finally shirorekha on top. Ch. Next letter is Ch. The small open curve followed by another open curve. Go up, make a circle, place a small standing line on top, finally shirorekha on top. Ch. Then comes J. A U curve followed by a sweeping line, a standing line, a shirorekha on top. J. Then comes J. A small standing line followed by an open curve, close curve, take a turn, a curved sweeping line, a standing line, finally a shirorekha on top. The last letter in the row is Ny. A small close curve followed by a sweeping line, a standing line, finally a shirorekha on top. Ny. The next row is Tha. The very first letter is Tha. A small standing line followed by an open curve, shirorekha on top. Tha. Then comes Th. A small standing line followed by a circle. Finally, a shirorekha on top. Th. Then comes the letter Dh. A small standing line followed by an open curve and a closed curve. Finally, shirorekha on top. Dh. Then comes Dh. A small standing line followed by an open curve and make a circle within. Remember not to cross the curve. Finally, a shirorekha on top. And this letter is Dh. Then comes Na. A U curve followed by a standing line next. Finally, a shirorekha on top. Na. Then we have the third now. Th, a small standing line followed by a sleeping line on the left and another standing line facing downwards. Finally, a shirareko on top. Th. Then comes th, a small circle followed by a U curve, a standing line, finally a shirareko on top. Th. Then comes the letter the, a small standing line followed by an open curve. Make a circle within and cross the curve. Finally, shirareko on top. And this letter is the. Then comes the letter th, a small circle-like thing followed by an open curve, another open curve, go up, touch the line, come down straight, finally a shirareko on top. The. Then comes the letter na, a small circle followed by a sweeping line and a standing line, finally a shirareko on top. Na. Then comes the paro, pa, a small standing line followed by a U curve, then a standing line again, finally a shirareko on top. Pa. The next letter is pha, a small standing line followed by a loop, then again a standing line, finally a shirareko on top. Pha. Then comes the letter ba, a standing line, an open curve on the left side, make a slanting line within, finally a shirareko on top. Bha. Then comes the letter bha, a small circle-like thing followed by a standing line. Take a turn, sleeping line, standing line, finally shirareko on top. Bha. The last letter is ma, a standing line. Take a turn, a sleeping line, a standing line, finally a sleeping line on top. I hope every time you pronounced each letter and wrote along with me. Great job. Let's move on. The next Vyanjan letter is ya. The sound of ya is pronounced as ya, like the ya in the word yarn. Let us see an example. Yajna, which means prayer in English. A prayer is a sacred ritual often performed with fire and offerings. Now, let's read the sentence. यज्ञ में आग जल रही है, meaning the fire is burning in the prayer ritual. Let's see the strokes now. A small closed curve followed by a U curve, a standing line, finally a shirareko on top. I repeat. A small closed curve followed by a U curve, a standing line, a sweeping line on top. So remember, whenever you see the letter ya, pronounce it as ya and think of the word yajna, meaning prayer. The next letter in the row is ra. The ra is pronounced as ra, like the ra in the word rabbit. Let us see an example. Rath, which means chariot in English. A chariot is a traditional vehicle often used in festivals and fairs. Now, let's read the sentence. Rath mele mein jata hai, meaning the chariot goes to the fair. Let's see the strokes now. A small closed curve followed by a slanting line. Finally, a shirareko on top. I repeat. A small closed curve followed by a slanting line. Finally, a shirareko on top. So remember, whenever you see the letter Ra, pronounce it as Ra and think of the word Rath, meaning chariot. The next letter is La. The sound of La is pronounced as La, like the La in the English word lamp. Let us see an example. Lal, which means red in English. Red is a bright color often seen in fruits like tomatoes. Now, let's read the sentence. Tomato lal hai, meaning the tomato is red. Let's see the strokes now. A standing line followed by a U curve and then a bigger U curve on the left side, finally a Shirareka on top. I repeat, a standing line, a small U curve followed by another U curve, finally a Shirareka on top. So remember, whenever you see the letter La, pronounce it as La and think of the word Lal, meaning red. The next letter is Va. The sound of Va is pronounced as Va, like the Va in the English word van. Let us see an example. Vayu, which means air in English. Air is essential for life. It keeps us alive and surrounds us everywhere. Now, let's read the sentence. वायु हमें जीवित रखती है, meaning air keeps us alive. Let's see the strokes now. The standing line followed by an open curve on your left side. Finally, a Shirareka on top. I repeat, a standing line followed by an open curve on the left. Finally, a Shirareka on top. So remember, whenever you see the letter Va, pronounce it as Va and think of the word Vayu, meaning air. Great work, everyone. We have completed a great milestone by reaching the halfway point of a 20-day Hindi reading challenge. In just 10 days, you have learned letters, practiced words, and read sentences with growing confidence. This is really a big milestone. Proof that the steady practice brings real progress. Now, let's carry this momentum into the next 10 days and finish even stronger. Keep reading, keep learning, and let's reach the finish line together. Thank you. See you on day 11.